Guys, it's Brit. Tonight we're here with a little update on the Brianna K Greece influencer trip. I had a few thoughts, so if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so Brianna K has finally confirmed on Instagram that her Greece trip is no longer happening. It was supposed to be happening in literally like a week. Yeah, I think it was planned for like September, sometime mid-September, very soon. And she's finally confirmed that it is not happening. Now, you know, she didn't meet the threshold. And I said that she probably wouldn't meet the threshold very early on. And here's the thing. With influencers, sometimes I feel like their self-worth can be a little bit inflated. And don't get me wrong, I'm here to have self-esteem, build yourself up. Like, that's amazing. I love that part of it. But then you kind of get into this zone of charging people for access to you. And the amount of that fee can go up and up and up and up depending on this person's ego and what they think they're worth for people to have access to them. And that's where we get into these overpriced influencer trips and really expensive Patreon paywalls and insane memberships on YouTube. Or let's also talk about the site only for fans, if you know what I mean. And it's this huge ticket item for access to an influencer that you don't know, at the end of the day, you know what they've told you. And I think that's kind of what happened with Brie. I think that now this is all just speculation, and it's lighthearted speculation, so it's nothing too serious. But I think what happened was this brand probably approached her and said, here's our pitch. Is this something that you would be interested in doing? Do you think that you could get 10 people to sign up for this? And she probably thought that she could, because at this point, she had not sold her Hawaii house. The public info of her separation was not as well known as it was shortly after this brand trip was announced. And I think that people were still kind of along for the ride with her. And then that started to dwindle right as she was needing to meet these thresholds for this trip to actually happen. Now, aside from people, not wanting to, like, you're paying money to fly across overseas to go hang out with an influencer that you don't know, very weird. I also talked about the security part of this, and that's what really kind of scared me, was the idea that even if you do a background check on someone, that doesn't mean that they won't do something crazy once they're actually in front of you. A lot of people, y'all know, I watch a lot of true crime. A lot of these people that end up, hurting someone else do not have a criminal background. Some of them don't even have a speeding ticket. So to say, oh, well, they have a clean background, to me, that doesn't really mean a whole lot, but what do I know? I'm just some idiot online with an opinion. The security thing was really a big deal to me. And secondly, just the idea of charging these people to come to a foreign country and hang out with you. I realize that some people are, totally down for that. But let's be honest, we are in a financial period right now where people are not having extra money to travel with their own family, let alone travel to go meet a stranger that they watch on YouTube and Instagram. Secondly, a lot of people have lost their jobs because of the panini and everything that happened with that. And on top of it, even if people didn't lose their jobs, I have heard from a lot of y'all, and I have also seen it just in my real life, that a lot of people are just reevaluating what they're spending their money on, what they're okay with spending money on, and whether that is Netflix or travel or clothing or makeup or whatever it is. A lot of people are scaling back, because I think that something that the panini also did was kind of put a lot of things into perspective for a lot of us, where, life is really short, and do we really need all of this materialistic garbage that we buy. Like, I'm not saying it's like that for everyone, but I do think that some people kind of reevaluated things that they're spending their time, energy, and money on because the panini kind of shook everyone to its core. And of course, that's just my perspective. If y'all think I'm wrong, drop it in the comments. But Bree's level of self-importance by launching this, I understand that it was going to be a lot of money in it for her, but I also think that displaying this level of self-importance to her subscribers pushed a lot of them away, because you're not only telling people I'm important enough to be able to charge you for this, but I'm also important enough to ask you to leave your home and get on a flight and fly overseas to come meet me. We're not going to meet at the local TJ Maxx or Starbucks. You need to get your ass on a flight and come to Greece, and we're going to have this, you know, supposed amazing girls trip, even though you have no clue if it's really going to be amazing. If I'm going to take a gamble and go to Greece, I'm going to go with 1 or 2 people that I know, or 5 or 6 people that I know. At least then I know the people and I know them on a little bit more personal level than going with a bunch of strangers. So yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on this. Even though the trip isn't happening, I do still think that it pushed some of her subscribers into an interesting position where they kind of reflected and said, ooh, self-importance much? Like for me, that's how I would look at it. And obviously I can't speak for everyone, but I did talk to several of y'all behind the scenes and, you know, just in DMs, and y'all said like, once she announced that, it put her in a different light to you guys. And a lot of times that happens with these influencers is they will roll out something like this that reeks of greed and self-importance, and it kind of makes you rethink, like, why am I spending, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours a week watching this person's content when they actually think they are important enough to charge people thousands of dollars and expect them to get on a flight and come spend a week with them in a foreign country? That to me is a huge level of self-importance. So either way, Greece is canceled. I kind of had a feeling it wasn't going to happen, but it is confirmed. So I wanted to update this and also just talk about the, you know, kind of stance that several of y'all had as well to echo that. But for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.